Okay, Jane, I feel inspired just to do a quick little one for you before I get started. I have a lot to do today. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11. I have 12 to do today, plus two for YouTube. Why is it lagging? My computer is lagging. Oh well. All right. I gotta stay consistent, right? This is the same little prayer that I do for everybody. I feel like you're probably laughing at me. I got my little Palo Santo. One of my clients sent me these candles she made. I love it. It smells amazing. Except it's soy, but I want to make candles with beeswax. And she has little crystals and herbs in it. In fact, let's light it. All right. Source, spirit, whatever, whatever's out there. I thank you for Jane. Thank you for connecting us. I ask that you bring forth messages of hope, healing, inspiration, guidance, confirmation, whatever she needs at this very moment in time, in her life, in her spirit, in her heart. I just bind anything negative, anything that exalts itself against the truth of who you are, Spirit, and I loose your supernatural love, joy, and peace to flow through every fiber of Jane's being, body, soul, spirit, heart, mind, will, and emotions. Thank you so much for connecting us. Help me to shelf my own stuff and just be a clean, clear conduit so I can bring forth concise messages straight to her heart and block her ears from hearing anything out of my mouth that is not of you. Highlight whatever she needs to know. Bring to the forefront of her mind whatever she needs to know right now. Ooh, came flying out. Did you see that? So we have the Ram and Dahlia. I know dahlias represent strength. I hate how it does not focus. I wish I had. I'm going to stop wishing. I'm grateful that I'm here redoing. Like, I'm doing this again. Someday I'm going to have a good camera, though, that actually is clear and crisp with the visuals. But you have the Ram and the Dahlia. It represents determination. We're going to get one of these cards. Jane. Messages for Jane. Accountability. Look at these fall colors. How interesting. Look at that. And what other one do I want to pull from? This one. Chain messages. Oh. Okay, not fall colors, but I mean, these represent victory, power, and victory. I mean, it says wisdom. This specific card says wisdom, but I do know that irises are like the symbol for the French, the fleur de lis, and it represents power and victory. But this author of this card intended it to stand for wisdom, poise, good judgment, and clear thinking, research, and experience. That's how I view you. Very poised, polished, put together, successful, accomplished, powerful. You're like a big sister to me. Like, what are you, 1 year older than me? It's us. Two powerful femmes. Femme fatales. Accountability, determination, wisdom. Okay, let's dive in. Let's go ahead and just dive in and see what these mean. Okay, the Ram and the Dahlia. The Ram and Dahlia is a card of action. The ram charges up the mountain with steady determination, removing any obstacle with its strong horns. Woo! So there's some kind of message of strength and determination here. Called the Queen of the Autumn Garden, the dahlia is known for its persistence. It produces flowers in the summer and well into the fall, outlasting most other blooms. No wonder I got like an autumny fall vibe from these colors. It did come out upside down, so the message with the upside down one is your stubbornness is hindering your progress. While ramming through may seem like the best and quickest way to achieve success, some endeavors require flexibility, regular assessment, or help from others. And it poses the question, what am I most determined to accomplish? When have I worked best alone, and when have I benefited from another's help? interesting that you get that message and then this totally different deck, accountability, working together. And then I saw this as like togetherness, even though it's not at all that. It's just two flowers, but I'm like, it's me and you. Accountability, growing, in power and wisdom and grace and poise and strength. Oh, wow. And this just popped into my head, and I'm thinking, not that we're not old, but like fall, in a season, in a later season in our lives, right? Like, I definitely don't feel like a spring chicken little 20-year-old influencer, I'm like 43 in a few months. I definitely feel like I'm blooming later in life, but we'll see. I don't know. I guess we've always been blooming, but that just popped into my head about like a later season. So, all right. Well, again, with the message, what am I most determined to accomplish? When have I worked best alone? And when have I benefited from another's help? So maybe there's just a note here of like balancing working in solitude and working together. You seem like a together person, though. You're always connecting and working together, and behind the scenes, like with Tyler, I've been alone for so long that I don't even know how to. Not that I don't work well with others, but I just haven't. It's just been me and my kids always. So interesting. I get to learn how to receive assistance and receive support for like the first time in forever. But this isn't about me. This is about you. And the message came out. Your stubbornness is hindering your progress. While ramming through may seem like the best and quickest way to achieve success, some endeavors require flexibility, regular assessment, or help from others. Okay. What comes to mind when I read that about, like, for you, maybe your frustration sometimes comes from exactly that, wanting that direct approach, that direct, like, I see it, let's do it. Like, no nonsense. I want to get it done. Like yesterday. Like, as soon as the idea or the vision of something comes to mind, it's already like, it should have already been done. By the time it reaches your mind to even begin, you're like, it's done. It needs to be done. So maybe this is calling for you to have a little flexibility. I view you as graceful and poised, but having grace, accountability, and flexibility in achieving your goals, and achieving success, playing the long game, I guess. Especially having flexibility with raising a family at the same time. Like, that's no small feat, It's not something that's an afterthought or a little side hustle. It takes a lot out of you, like being a wife and a mother, and like being there and being present. And it's can be frustrating, and on so many different levels, and especially frustrating when you have that personality of like, I want to just get it done. You want to accomplish your goals, your dreams. You already have like this burning passion in your heart to see something through, and then you feel like, all these things are pulling at me and drawing, energy from me or distracting me or whatever. I just challenge you to change the perspective from distractions or energy drains to how can you change the perspective on that? Even I'm kind of stuck. So just like a perspective shift, just a tiny little shift. I guess, let me just ask, okay, Spirit, how can we change the perspective shift from wanting to accomplish something and feeling distracted by other things that seem less important, or not less important, but just not helpful towards the progression of one goal? How can we shift their perspective for Jane and not feel spread thin, but to feel productive, even though she's not progressing like in a linear way? I just saw a picture of a gym. Like, my kids go to Planet Fitness. I've gone like once or twice with them. Ugh, I hate it there. I'd rather pay more and go somewhere where not many people go, but I can't do that right now. But anyway, I just saw the little circuit they do where they're going from one machine to another. That's what my daughter does. She does the little machines, and each one is working a different muscle, right? And that goes with accountability too. Like, people go to the gym and to get stronger, to change their lives, to progress with their goals, their physical and health goals. But you do better when you have accountability. But I just pictured for you, like, you go to different machines and you're working a different muscle, and it might not feel like you're making progress. Like, I'm someone who wants to go hit the Stairmaster for an hour, or like, I want to feel like I got something accomplished in one area, like my glutes are on fire. Yes. But there's also an approach where you just do like 10 minutes at each station, and you're working different muscles, and you may not see the results immediately, but as a whole you're getting stronger and more powerful, and there's all kinds of things happening in your body that are, one supports the other. So all these areas in your life where you feel like one's not supporting the other, they actually are, and it's fitting together like puzzle pieces for an even grander blueprint, like this massive cosmic blueprint that you can't even see the whole. You can't even see the whole. You can't. Your vision is limited to this one spot that, yes, it's bigger than what most people see, but in the grand scheme of things, what you're seeing is nothing. It's a blip on the map. So just trust and have faith that these distractions or perceived distractions that aren't accelerating you forward in one path, they actually are accelerating you forward on the whole cosmic blueprint of your being, of your journey, of stories untold that are unfolding yet still to be seen. That is the story of Jane. So just be blessed and encouraged today in knowing that it's okay for you to not ram through and get to where you think you need to be, because even the simple steps of making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for your kids, that's actually working a muscle that's required for the blueprint that you can't see the whole of, if that makes sense. Or even a phone call with me, it may seem to just detract from where you want to be or what you want to do, or not being able to go on to a conference, having to be behind. These aren't shortcomings. I know they're perceived that way and we feel them that way, but it's all serving a divine purpose. And I love that. I love that that just came to me. I don't even know what I just said. Something about cosmic blueprint. The cosmic blueprint of your journey, of your imprint in the universe and time and space and whatever this whole thing is that we're experiencing. Nothing is nothing. So every action, every reaction, every little moment, cuddled on the couch with your kiddo, or you texted me last night like I'm cuddling up with my little boy. It's like, oh, it's so special and it's so sweet. And even that moment may seem like small to you, but it's actually a huge imprint and a huge impact. And there's cosmic ripples, and it's checking a box. It's serving a purpose. It's connecting other dots, other little, like, imagine a map of stars, even space in the universe, and how we can't even see because it's always expanding. But imagine zooming in on one little constellation, and one star's connecting to another and another and another, and it's creating this big constellation, which not just serves to be a constellation in and of itself, it also serves to be a map for others who view it through their own telescope, through their own perspective. So every little action that you take, seemingly small or large, whatever, it's serving a purpose, and none of it's for nothing. So try to remind yourself whenever you're feeling insignificant, or when you're feeling like you're missing out, or if you're feeling like you're not, like what this card is trying to say, like flexibility is required. What did it say? Your stubbornness is hindering your progress. While ramming through may seem like the best course of action to achieve success, some endeavors require flexibility, regular assessment, or help from others. So just be flexible. That's all I get out of that. It's that be flexible in your thinking. Like, okay, this is serving a purpose. I may not understand it or see it fully. It may not even unfold for generations to come. But my actions today are actually like divinely orchestrated, are necessary in order for other things to connect, right? To create and unfold a bigger reality later down the line, or when we finally get a chance to zoom out, or someone else gets to look through their telescope and put it all together. Anyway, I'm babbling. Okay, so we're moving on to accountability. So that actually just, wow. And my chair's squeaking. But accountability is in the realm of relationships, the power of connection. And that's what you are all about. So that's cool. Connection, accountability, where are you? Okay, here it is. And if you look closely at this card, it's two people hiking through massive, ancient, tall trees. And I mean, just think of the journey. Think of everything that's connected just in this little picture. The millennia of time, of memories encoded within the root system of those trees, within the rings, the memories of, history in those trees. And then there's two people here walking side by side, being a part of that with their own collective consciousness, with each their own separate and then together. And then all of this also. That's so cool. Okay, so accountability. Leonardo da Vinci once said, "An arch consists of two weaknesses which, leaning one against the other, makes a strength." In the dance of connection, accountability requires leaning on one another in ways that create a strong foundation of trust. I'm going to read that again. In the dance of connection, accountability requires leaning on one another in ways that create a strong foundation of trust. That's cool. Being accountable isn't about perfection, guilt, or martyrdom, but instead stems from being aware of our impact on others. Relationships go from healthy to exceptional when we feel emotionally met by others. This includes taking responsibility for our actions, admitting to mistakes, and renegotiating commitments that we weren't able to follow through on. It also includes holding ourselves to our word and believing that others will do the same. When this card appears, take a moment to acknowledge which relationships in your life might need more follow-through from either you or the other person in order to build more trust. Lean towards someone else so you can both be held up in strength. That is so beautiful. When empowered, reliable, forthright, able to admit mistakes. When underexpressed, inconsistent, elusive, flaky. When overused, overbearing, inflexible, judgmental. I think I lean towards the underexpressed, the flaky, elusive, inconsistent. It's because my coping mechanism is isolation, and I just sometimes just connecting with others feels draining. So I'd rather not. But I do enjoy it when I do. That's the funny part. But this isn't about me. This is about you. That's really cool. The messages that are coming through just from 3 freaking cards. Wow. And I was going to do a tarot reading, but I think I'm going to wrap it up after this because I haven't done any yet today. Okay, and we have the iris. I already read this to you, but it's about wisdom, poise, good judgment, clear thinking, research, and experience. And I love how this talks about leaning on one another for strength. And when I first looked at this card, and the first thing I thought of was you and me. You and me belong together. Where did I hear that song recently? All the time. Okay, so wisdom, poise, strength. And I just happen to know it also represents power and victory. So this is all about building trust, reflecting on relationships that, could be adjusted somewhat, not taking all the blame on yourself, but just looking at them objectively and seeing where there are opportunities to build trust and flexibility and growth, wisdom, using discernment. I love that. I guess I could draw a couple cards. I feel so incomplete not drawing cards for you. I just keep I know I've used this deck for you before, and my eyes keep getting drawn to this deck. I want to show you all my decks, but this is the one. Okay, any message for Jane at the moment in regards to all of this? What does she need to know? Belong together. Okay, well, let's see on the bottom. I always like to peek at the bottom of the deck. I don't know why I do this, but I feel like it gives me like an undercurrent of like an understanding of what maybe this might be about. And this card normally it represents like stability and security. Upside down, it represents letting go of the past. Here, I have an overhead light. Let me see. adds glare. I don't like that. If I can turn it on. Is that better? So it's this little piglet sitting sitting on some suitcases, grasping its coin. It's about stability and security. However, reversed, it means releasing the past, the need to release the past, giving up control, generosity, acceptance. So maybe there's something here that's being triggered in your mind, a situation, a person, I don't know, just an overall feeling of just surrendering. Am I wheezing while I'm breathing? Weird. And then you have ultimate. This is the ultimate card of emotional fulfillment. So funny how releasing the past unlocks that for you. And I don't know if there's anything that you need to release or let go of, but it's funny that that was hiding behind this card. The Ace of Cups, emotional fulfillment, new beginnings. I mean, sometimes it can mean new lover, new friendship. Oh, new friendship. Fulfillment, new beginnings. Basically, essentially, the cups is the suit of emotions, and the ace is like the ultimate fulfillment of your emotions. So something that feels so full and fulfilling, so much so that you're overflowing and pouring out onto those around you. You and me belong together. Cold iced tea. All right. Oh, and the cards. So that was the bottom of the deck. Some kind of possible need to release, something you need to release from the past. And actually, the tower here showing up as well, I believe that means a similar thing. I have to peek at my cheat sheets because I haven't done it in so long. Change. Yeah. Delaying change, delaying the inevitable, resisting change, avoiding tragedy. So what could possibly be on your mind that you're delaying or resisting? There's some kind of change that energetically you're resisting something, or you're just kind of like you're not accepting the flow of. You're just trying to control it. And then there's a Five of Wands. Exhaustion. So maybe you're exhausted from trying to control something that needs to fall apart, or maybe come together, or I don't know, something needs to happen on its own in its own way, and there's some kind of fear. I don't know if it's actual fear, but it's more of like, just let me do this my way. Like, it's not really fear, it's just maybe this need for security, like if you do it your way, and like this ramming through your way seems best, when really there needs to be some kind of flexibility, some kind of accountability, working together, paired obviously with already the wisdom and the poise and success that you already have. So there's something here that needs you need to let go of. This is lack of direction, anxiety, standstill, delays. So there's a firm grasp. I'm looking at this hand. Maybe you have this like firm grip on something, on an outcome, or I don't know what situation this is bringing up in your mind right now, but if there's anything that you're holding tightly to, or you feel like you're trying to control the outcome, or slow something down, or just there's some kind of delay in forward movement, you got to let go. At least let go of your perceived idea of how you think it should unfold. And trust the bigger blueprint, the cosmic blueprint. I love that. Trust that every action, every step, every experience that you're having right now at this moment in time serves a greater purpose. You may not understand it at this moment, but it does, because it's all connected. Like these hikers in this forest and these huge trees and their memory, the root systems that expand and connect to all of life, even their feet walking through there is connecting energetically. It's all connected. You may not see and you may not understand. And I think you're being asked to let go of some kind of grip. Even this, there's a tight grip. Look at the tight grip on that. That octopus is like clinging to life, to that cup of fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. So let go and allow the overflow. And just like, I just saw a picture of you with your hair like all the way down to your butt, like super long hair under a waterfall, like what is it, like those medieval era princess. I think like, I don't know if you ever saw First Night with, I think Richard Gere's in that, I think. Julianne, I don't know. It's an old movie from the 90s. I love it. Think like her, like that Princess Guinevere, I think her name. I don't know, but just think, I just saw this picture real quick flash from my mind of you when I said let go and let it overflow. And I just saw like hair that was like tightly bound, just released and just down to your waist, standing under this massive waterfall with this upturned face and your hands open in receival mode, and just feeling every drip, every drop, every rush of the water, every shiver down your spine, just a smile on your face, head upturned as it's splashing down on you, not crushing you, miraculously not crushing you, but just the imagery of being under this waterfall of fulfillment once you release and you let go. And even looking at this now that I'm speaking that, like the containment, controlled containment, like this is controlled, you're grasping at this, you think you know what you need and want, when in reality what you need is the overflow once you let go. And that is what's going to wash away all the anxiety, all of the fear, all of the limiting beliefs, all the buildup that's like, it's like, what am I feeling? I'm feeling this like limit, like this wall that you keep hitting, and it's just like you need to break through that. And this outpouring, this flow, this powerful waterfall that needs to just hit you is going to come when you let go and you allow it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Oh, I always close with one of these. I love these ones. I have a couple favorite decks. This is one of them, and this one's my other favorite deck. One final message for Jane, please. Listen. The seashell. And there's a quote from Alfred Brendel. The word listen contains the same letters as the word silent. Many people claim to be good listeners, yet fail to possess the innate ability to really listen. Me. People often take an active role in listening to one another, adding comments, remarks, opinions, and expressions of reaction to what they're hearing. But true listening goes beyond that which can be heard with your ears. Listen for the subtle nuances. Consider the pauses, the thoughtful stares, the wistful gazes. Listen with your heart. Hear the words and allow them to evoke within you a response that gives rise to empathy and compassion. Allow others to really feel that they are being heard. Suppress any urges you have to comment or pass judgment. Allow the story to come forth unsullied by the lens through which you see the world. The more you listen, the more you will learn. Attentive, aware, open, willing. And then here's like my sacred vows. It says, I realize that the most important words are the ones that are unspoken, associated with the throat chakra. It says, when you hold a seashell to your ear, it's easy to hear the whispers of the ocean, every wave as it hits the shore and gently recedes. As you listen to the stories of others, make sure that you pay attention to the small details, not letting yourself be distracted by your own thoughts and feelings. Well, I don't know, that take it as it resonates, but what came to mind when I was reading that for you just now was the phrase, this part. Allow the story to come forth. Allow the story to come forth unsullied by the lens through which you see the world. The more you listen, the more you will learn. So that reminded me of when I was talking about the cosmic blueprint and trying to like ram your way through something towards success or something that you see how things should be. But it's like, whoa, just chill, sit back, listen to whatever, the whisperings of the universe, the cosmic, whatever. Just chill and allow things to come forth unsullied by the lens through which you see things. Because remember, I was saying how like there's a cosmic blueprint of stars and constellations, and that's your life, right? You're a part of it. This is just a blip. My alarm to drink water just came up. But and I mentioned how your cosmic blueprint also serves as a guide, as a roadmap for others with their telescopes to look through and their lens to see through. So that's what that phrase reminded me of. Now I can't remember what it said. I just lost it. But just allow things to come forth outside of what your own perspective is, because everyone's got their own experiences and perspective of you and what you bring to the table. So yeah, so just release and just be, and just know that every moment of your being, every breath you take, everywhere, everything, every thought, every glance, every look, every touch, every time you walk to the fridge and open the fridge, every action, everything that you're doing is all a part of this huge blueprint. Some are bigger stars, some are smaller little specks, some are little tiny galaxies with like tiny galaxies, but it's all something. It's not nothing. Every action. Me touching this card and picking it up is doing something in my cosmic blueprint. Just that simple action of pointing that out and speaking these words. And you're going to perceive it how you're going to perceive it. I'm going to perceive it how I perceive it. The whole larger energetic thing that I can't even see with my eyes and not even always feel, it doesn't mean it's not there. So I don't know. I guess maybe I'm speaking to like the micro macro thing of living, but just know that your life, every action you take is not for nothing. And this grasp for control, stability, or this need to release something, or even holding back from allowing something to happen, just release. Just let go. I don't know what that's referring to, but that's clearly the message here. And I love you, and I hope this blesses you. Mwah. Oh, I want to keep talking because it's at 32 minutes. If I just talk for like 50 more seconds, then it'll be 33. Okay, maybe, what can I do? I'm going to try to make it to 33 minutes. Could do one of these. Could sing to you. Share your cares. Oh, this is a friendship card. To me, this represents friendship. Just two friends sitting at the edge of the world, sharing their cares. No one can hear them but these seagulls in the ocean. It's Italy. You got to come visit me when I move to Italy. The cypress trees, that's what I look at. That's what I see. All right. I love you.